In the heart of Spain's 𝐾𝐨𝐽 region stands a hauntingly silent structure, massive, modern, and mysteriously empty. Ciudad Real Central Airport was once hailed as a revolutionary project, a billion-dollar venture meant to rival Europe's busiest air travel hubs. Its runway, longer than London Heathrow's, was built to handle the largest aircraft in the world. Its sleek glass terminals were designed to welcome over 10 million passengers annually, and its promise? To transform a sleepy town into an international transport powerhouse. But today, that vision has vanished into thin air. The early 2000s were a golden age for Spain. The economy was booming, tourism was at an all-time high, and infrastructure projects were multiplying like wildfire. It was during this time of ambition and confidence that Ciudad Real Central Airport was born. Private investors and regional authorities poured money into the project. They envisioned a luxurious, world-class airport that could ease the burden on Madrid's Barajas Airport and offer a convenient alternative for international travelers. The location, just 200 kilometers south of Madrid, was marketed as strategic, a central gateway for both passengers and cargo. Construction kicked off in 2004 with impressive momentum. A 4,200-meter runway, one of the longest in Europe, was laid out. A futuristic terminal with minimalist architecture began to take shape. By the time it opened in 2009, the airport looked ready to redefine Spain's aviation landscape. But behind the glossy exteriors, a harsh reality was already taking hold. The global financial crisis of 2008 had just hit, and Spain was one of the hardest-hit nations in Europe. Investors began to withdraw. Airline interest dried up, and what was supposed to be a bustling hub remained eerily quiet. Despite all its grandeur, Ciudad Real Airport lacked the one thing it desperately needed: people. The location, once pitched as ideal, proved far too isolated. Airlines were reluctant to reroute flights away from established airports. High-speed train connections were delayed. And for most travelers, the idea of flying into an airport hours from Madrid simply didn't make sense. By 2012, just 3 years after its official opening, the airport had gone bankrupt. The once proud symbol of progress had become a billion-dollar ghost town. Walking through the abandoned terminal today feels like stepping into a post-apocalyptic movie set. Check-in counters remain spotless, untouched by the chaos of crowds. Conveyor belts sit idle, never having carried a single suitcase. Boarding gates still flash flight numbers, though no planes ever arrived. Outside, the runway stretches endlessly, cracked, faded, and slowly being reclaimed by nature. Birds now glide where jumbo jets were once meant to land. Over the years, the airport attracted a bizarre parade of potential buyers. In 2015, a Chinese investment group offered to purchase the entire complex for just 10,000 euros, a laughable amount compared to its original price tag. Legal complications stalled the sale, but it was a clear sign of how far the dream had fallen. Later, new owners attempted to breathe life back into the facility. There were talks of turning it into a drone testing center, a logistics hub, even a site for aircraft storage. During the pandemic, some airlines temporarily parked grounded planes there, but none of these plans stuck. The silence returned. Ciudad Real Central Airport became more than just an abandoned project. It became a symbol, a warning sign about the dangers of unchecked ambition and flawed planning. Experts point to a simple, fatal mistake. The airport was built with political dreams and financial muscle, but without real market demand. It was a classic case of if you build it, they will come. But they didn't. And now, the empty structure stands as a billion-dollar monument to what might have been. Sadly, this story isn't unique. Across Europe, similar megaprojects have met the same fate. Empty stadiums in Greece, deserted malls in Italy, entire housing developments in Turkey, built in a frenzy of optimism, now crumbling into obscurity. But Ciudad Real stands apart in both scale and symbolism. It's not just a failed airport. It's a reminder of how ambition without accountability can leave behind the most expensive silence imaginable.